Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. In this video, we are going to be talking about Biden broken promises. President Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter despite saying he wasn't going to do it. So we're going to take a look at all of this and Hunter's future when I'm back in a second. Welcome back, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we are going to take a look at this crazy political news and see what is going to come out of it. I have to give you a lot of front loading on this, though. So Hunter Biden was pardoned by his father for a period of time from January 1st, 2014 through December 2nd, 2024. To recap, he does have a conviction that was in June 2024 of 3 felony charges. Now, this included falsifying documents and lying on those documents in order to obtain a pew. Living in the state of New Jersey, I can tell you it's not that easy to get a pew. So down where he was, not really cool. And you are supposed to say if you drink excessively or do any substances. There's also a tax evasion case that was going to be tried in California. It was yet to be heard. It's not happening now. He did owe $1.6 million in taxes. He had falsified documents, again, lied. He pled guilty. This is key. He pled guilty. He was not going to go the distance on this. He wasn't going to say he was innocent. He wasn't going to do any of the back and forth, to 9 federal charges, 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. So a sizable stack up of crime here, and crime that he readily admitted that he did, pleading guilty. The whole time all of this stuff was going on, he was abusing substances and did have some issues. The pardon is going to absolve him of all of the above. He is going to retain some rights and privileges of citizens of the United States. And I'm going to go over that with you right now. So those of you that are outside of the United States, I want to talk about presidential clemencies. So there are 3 different ways they can go on this. There's a pardon, commutation, and reprieve. So pardons, what pardons are really for, and I'm boiling this down for you. This is a forgiveness for people who have accepted responsibility for their crime. So that's why we can get a pardon on the tax evasion, even though the case has not been concluded. So he can be pardoned for that. It returns your good name to you. It doesn't erase or expunge the conviction or the crime, but it does retain your ability to vote and serve on a jury. You still have all the luxury of the rights of a citizen of the United States. So commutation is a reduction and sometimes like a reversal of the sentences for federal convictions. The hang up on this one is that you do not get your rights back as a citizen. Only a pardon can do that. So that's why he was pardoned, and it wasn't a commutation of the crimes. Now, there's also remission and reprieve. This, a lot of people are familiar with, I'm waiting for the governor to give me a reprieve from the, penalty, the one that takes you off the earth plane. It does postpone, the reprieve can postpone a criminal sentence. It can give you a little bit more time. The remission is a remission of fines and penalties if you have to pay back for federal offenses. So I don't think it really applied in this case. I think we really would have looked at commutation or pardon in this case. So they've retained all of his rights. And even though the stink doesn't come off him, it's still there. I'll put a link to www.criminaldefenselawyer.com so that you guys can look at that and make up your own mind. So why this gap of time back 10 years? So back in 2014, there was a president, Viktor Yanukovych, who was the president of Ukraine. He had served several terms on and off. Not, I don't believe they were consecutive as prime minister as well. He was removed from the presidency by parliament, by the Ukrainian parliament, after his resistance to integrate with the EU. Currently lives in exile in Russia. He was part of the Verkhovna Rada, which was a pro-Russian party in Ukraine. Why am I telling you about this? Why is this important? Hunter Biden in 2014 was in Ukraine. He had just gotten on the board of Burisma with the assistance of his father, and he started doing very large energy deals in the region. So are we trying to cover up some of the crimes there? Let's go to the cards and see. As always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting my channel. I am so appreciative of each and every one of you. And we're going to take a look as soon as I bring up the cards. Let's get these up here. I hope you're having an amazing day. So we're going to start at the top. Did Joe lie to all of us? Joe, old Joe. He had said numerous times, I will not pardon my son. I will not pardon my son. I have a deep respect for the justice system. I will not pardon my son. Did Joe lie to us when he said that? Was he lying? Ten of Pentacles. This is the legacy card. The 10 of Pentacles is about extending your legacy. This is about building your Kennedy compound, your castle keep, making sure that your people are wealthy, healthy, and wise into eternity. This is about building that. Joe was trying to build that. He was trying to maintain that integrity. What were his hopes? He was hoping that the crimes would be dealt with and that no special consideration would be given, that there would be some level of temperance and mercy, that perhaps there would be some choices that were given, doing time at, say, a lower risk, lower security prison, that kind of thing. That maybe some creative stuff could have been done. He also was intending to pardon his son at the end of his second term. Had he gotten a second term, he would have done it at the end of his second term. So he wouldn't have been lying. He would have said, my son has done his time. He has served what he needed to, and now we're going to pardon him. And here, that would have been the legacy builder. Goes very well with that 10 of Pentacles. So he wanted to be the legacy builder. He wants to go down as this guy, Joe. We all know that he's not. So I keep talking about the presidential library. I'm telling you, they're never going to break ground on that thing. He is going to be dead, dead, dead in the ground before there's any other discussion of it. He may have some plans in his hands, but that's about it. So was it Joe's removal from the presidential ticket that motivated him to do this? Was it his removal from the ticket that motivated him to issue this pardon? He was not happy about coming off that ticket. This is a very F-U-C-K it kind of vibe. I'm on the outside of the party anyway. What's the difference? If they're going to leave me out to dry, I am going to get them before they get me. This is backstabber all day long. Over here, there's no going back. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. He's not going to be able to restore his name. He may as well save his son and stand alone as a party. Whereas his dominant energy on this, we're talking about Joe. He wants to burn the whole thing down, and he doesn't care what comes out at the end of it all. He's going to protect his son from getting into trouble for what's happened during that 10-year period. So is Joe trying to bury the things that were done? I have a different word that starts with the CR and ends in an MES. Was Joe trying to bury the events that Hunter was involved in the Ukraine? Is he attempting to do that? One card. Is he attempting to do that? Absolutely, yes. He's spinning the Wheel of Fortune. Where does that get us? We've got 2 cards here. He can look at his son in the eye and say, I did everything I could to help you out of this fix. I don't care who's fighting with us. I did everything I could. This is a fresh start for you. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Here, go forth. You get to do what you need to do. Your slip is showing, though. There's that King of Pentacles. Lock it up. Lock it up, Hunter. Oh, there's father and son. We're going to lock it up together. We're going to preserve the Biden reputation from this point going forward. Is it going to work? Let's see if that is going to work. Or what is going to be the Biden legacy? What is the Biden legacy going to be? Sloppy shuffle. What is the Biden legacy going to be? Two of Cups, business deals. What kind of business deals? So this would be business deals that did not necessarily align with progress and goodness. That Empress is always progress and goodness. It was done on the outside. Did it make everyone happy? Yes. So this is the Biden legacy. The Lovers, again, business deal. This is a business deal. The World in reverse. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to see more. We're going to see more of this shadiness is going to come to light. Exposure here, unable to keep the secret down, unable to hide the bodies, so to speak. So that is where we are with this charming young man. How does Hunter feel about the pardon? How does he feel about it? Is he safe? Is he shaky? How does he feel about it? Oh, he feels dirty. Dirty. Oh, yeah. He doesn't think this is over. There's going to be more. I think he knows that there is more information out there that is, his anxiety has been reduced at the moment, but I think he knows that there were some shady dealings that he did that are going to turn up. We're going to hear about them. These are cooperative efforts with others to make money that are going to come out, and they were done without a good headset. But under the surface, he is worried that they are going to uncover that. And that, I think, is why I'm seeing this 4 of Swords and this 9 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Swords is anxiety. His anxiety is cooled because I think he's medicating himself. I think, he may be sleeping with Prince Valium or Princess Zanny, if you know what I mean. I think he's doing that. I said in my other video, in my mixtape Monday this week, if you haven't seen that, you can go back and watch it. I think he is drinking a little too much. I think he is self-medicating again and celebrating a little too much. But I think when he gets back to his room, there's a little bit of anxiety. He's a little bit concerned about what's going on. So there we go. Confirmation on that. Is he actually safe? Does he have anything to be worried about when Trump gets into office and when this new Department of Justice gets a hold of him? So is he safe? Did this pardon help him out? That's safe. It's going to be a little bit hard to dismantle that. What's Trump going to do? Trump going to do anything? He's finished. He's never going to be in politics again. He's never going to be in a position of power again. He's finished. We're not worried about him. He's a small fish, maybe with a few other small fish swimming around him. Trump's not worried about this dude. He's not worried that there's going to be anything that blows back. I don't even think he wants to go after him again. I think they're out of power and that's it. What about the Department of Justice? Department of Justice. The Department of Justice, I think, cannot hang anything else on him. I think they are just kind of waiting for him. This is the kind of person who's going to trip over their own feet anyway. So I think they're just waiting for that to happen. So they're pleased to do it. They just don't have anything that they could hang him up on at this point. And I think that the date range is going to become problematic for them as well. So let's be a little bit positive. All right. So what can Hunter do to turn the page? Remember? Turn the page. Let's say it together. Turn the page. Turn the page. That was my worst Gwen waltz. I thought that was a horrible moment for her, trying to get a whole crowd to go turn the page. Do it with me. Turn the page. So what can Hunter do to turn the page and turn his life around at this point? What can he do? What can he do? We're going to take a look at that. Let's pull up my card view again. There we go, kids. Shut up, Hunter. That's all you have to do. Oh, stop yourself from talking. So if he is still on the thing that goes in the pipe, if he's still on that, he's got to stop. He's got to stop doing any substances that will make him talk more. Don't bother working. You just have to chill out. He needs to walk a path that is not the one that he wants to be on. He wants to be celebrity and fame and the cool guy in the room. That's why he was running around. So I have a theory that people that partake in the particular substance that he liked, they tend to not have a lot of personality. They tend to not have that outgoingness, natural outgoingness that is likable and charming in person. And so they have to add substances in to manufacture that. Now, I do believe that that's kind of what goes on with that particular substance. So I think that in order for him to live his best life, he really needs to turn the page, decide to live a different life and to put that flash and celebrity and that VIP-ness out of his mind, because it's just not serving him well and he's just not going to be there. This Four of Cups means that he's thinking about how to do that. I don't know if he's so delusional that he thinks he could go into politics or he thinks that he could be a part of this machine, but he really needs to step away from it. It not only is going to be dangerous for him, but it'll be detrimental to him. I see if he stays close to if he stays close to Washington, D.C., Maryland, that whole area, he is just going to really crave that closeness with politics, that that insider kind of experience that you have when you are a top shelf person in an environment. I mentioned Hollywood accidentally. Hollywood's the same thing. Like, you don't want to go there and be a plebeian standing behind the yellow or behind the red velvet robes. You want to be walking the red carpet. You want to be part of the VIP area. You want someone to hand you a glass of champagne. It is not fun to live there as a normal person. Um, Washington, D.C. is the same thing. It's not fun to be there if you're not a power broker, if you don't have some kind of political strength behind you or some political support behind you. So I think it is very interesting what we have seen here in terms of the facts of when and where Hunter was, and also the dates of the pardon. I think it's very curious, but ooh, it's not boring. It was just like a huge yawn. I'm going to call it a night, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like your own magical reading with me, there is a link in the description below. And I'm going to be running a cyber sale for the next couple of weeks. So you should see a video for that and some links as well. So thanks so much. I will see you all soon. Have a great night. See you in the future.